Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Tekken characters.
Perfect.
Muszę wygrać w imię wszystkich Polaków. O!
Round one. Fight.
For this list, we're taking a look at the best fighters from Bandai Namco's acclaimed fighting franchise based on their abilities, story, and gameplay. Did your favorite brawler make the list? Which Tekken character is your number one? Share with us in the comments below. Now, who's ready for some good Tekken? Number 20, Emily de Roquefort, aka Lily. Don't let her frilly, princess-like appearance fool you. Lily has the power to lay the smackdown on you without mercy. Mixing her exceptional gymnastic skills with street fighting, Lily is one of the more acrobatic fighters of the cast and can connect hits from a comfortable distance.
C'est un bon endroit pour se battre. Tu crois pas?
Really, she's great for players who prefer to keep their opponents away without sacrificing the desire for easy strings and power. All that said, she's worth trying out if you haven't already, even if her combos and moves are a little easier to read. Number 19, Jin Kazama. Jun's time in the Tekken games has been disappointingly short-lived, having only appeared in Tekken 2, the tag tournament spin-offs, and the free-to-play Tekken Revolution. It makes sense considering she fell at the hands of Ogre prior to the events of Tekken 3, and mysteriously vanished. Still, her technical focus on gameplay made her immensely fun to play, especially when finding her more powerful combos. She strikes a good balance between playing defensively and having unpredictable patterns. Basically, you have to be careful around Jun and make sure you can nail your attacks, or else this mama is gonna punish you. Number 18, Martial Law.
Perfect. You win.
We aren't throwing Martial Law up here just because of his homage to legendary martial artist Bruce Lee, although that is part of what makes him such an awesome character. No, Martial is more than that. He's a humble restaurant owner, a good friend to Paul Phoenix, a respectable father to Forrest, a loving husband, and above all, a storm of kicks personified.
Come and get some! I dare you.
Martial is definitely a fighter you need to be scared of, as he can force opponents to change their stances with mix-ups. You ever see someone go from lows to mids, back to lows, and straight to highs? Throw in the Dragon Sign stance, and you have a fighter that will toy with you until the KO. Number 17, Lars Alexanderson.
You win.
What's with the Cloud Strife Superman cosplay? That is what any outsider would say about Lars. Admittedly, his design is a tad ridiculous, but looks can be deceiving. Lars is actually an incredibly versatile brawler, boasting impressive speed and juggle potential with his launchers. He's pretty much the Kirby of the Tekken games. He's easy enough for anyone to use regardless of experience, and help understand the fundamentals of the game. In other words, he's accessible for newcomers while still maintaining the complex nature of Tekken, making him a safe pick for anyone looking to get into the series. Number 16, Lydia Sobieska.
No dobra.
Lydia may not have the same amount of heritage as everyone else on this list, but she's still deserving to be here because of how fun she is. We aren't going to sugarcoat it. Lydia's counter game is incredibly strong. She can sidestep quickly and retaliate after blocking with little hesitation, allowing her to land powerful blows and execute her strings with ease.
Perfect.
Muszę wygrać w imię wszystkich Polaków.
Plus, it's worth mentioning that this girl is not just a karate master, you're looking at the ambassador of Poland. So if she can't beat you with her words, she's gonna throw fists. And you don't want to mess with those fists. Number 15, Paul Phoenix. If you enjoy characters that are good-natured, heroic, and a little overconfident at times, then you probably took a liking to Paul Phoenix. The hot-headed hunk has been featured in every single installment since the original Tekken, and he's had a heck of a story arc.
No pain, no gain.
Some might see his personality as based on how anything can be solved with a punch, and that kind of reflects in his gameplay. Paul wields incredible skill in his offense, allowing him to break through an opponent's defense like it's nothing. That being said, beware of his Burning Fist, as it is an unblockable move that can deal massive, massive damage.
You win. Gotcha.
Number 14, Lei Wulong. You've really got to admire a person like Lei Wulong. Sure, the guy has the reputation of being a drunkard, and his abilities in the Drunken Fist doesn't make it any better. And yet, Lei is a man who can discern when it's the time for action, taking great pride in his duties as a super cop.
Anybody else want a piece?
Additionally, he can keep opponents guessing on what moves he'll use next, thanks to not only his Drunken Fist style, but the 5-form style as well. Only thing players will need to be careful of is leaving themselves open. Lei can devolve into an unsafe character when not used correctly, leaving himself open to get caught into combos.
Round 1. Fight.
Number 13, Kunimitsu.
You win.
Rule number 1 of making a fighting game: you always need a ninja girl, and she needs to be better than all of the other ones, though that's kind of impossible because Kunimitsu is the best of the ninja girls. She's one of the most fun characters you can play as in the series, especially in Tekken 7. With her astounding agility, she can dish out damage fast while changing up her position every so often. Seriously, when she's in the hands of a capable player, you're going to see her flying and teleporting all over the place. By the way, who else fell head over heels when her face was revealed for the first time? Once we saw her, that was it. Kunimitsu is and will always be the best ninja girl. Number 12, Julia Chang.
You win.
Your sacrifice won't be in vain.
Ever since she replaced her adopted mother, Michelle, Julia Chang has gone through a handful of occupations while beating the crap out of her rivals, and Ganryu. First, she was an archaeologist and forest rejuvenation researcher, then she took up pro wrestling as the Luchadora JC, and finally, a streamer. We're not kidding, that's really what happened in Tekken 7.
Get ready!
KO.
Thanks for watching!
And what's wild is she's managed to do all of this within the span of 2 years. Julia doesn't have just the brawn, but the brains too. Perhaps that's why she's known as one of the more complex characters to learn and master. Her moveset is varied, powerful, and can get very, very technical.
You win.
Don't forget to subscribe!
Number 11, Lee Shaolin.
You win.
Excellent.
When we faced Lee in the original Tekken, we perceived him as nothing more than that one mid-boss who is a total troll. How can you not think of him that way when his shtick is spamming the same limb just to interrupt every single attack we do? This input reading jerk! However, as the series has evolved, so too has his moveset. Lee's fast pokes let him irritate foes enough to drop their guard, which allows him to set them up for a good launch. Really, he's frustration incarnate, but that's also why he's so much fun to fight with. You love to hate him, and you hate to love him.
KO.
Number 10, Christy Montero.
You win.
Hey, did you hurt yourself?
If this list was top 10 bays in Tekken, you can bet your bottom dollar Christy would be at the very top of the list. Why? Because she is the best waifu in Tekken. Come on, with a gorgeous face like this, how can you not fall for her?
Fight.
But Christy is more than eye candy. While she shares a lot of similar moves with another capoeira fighter, she boasts slightly smaller hurt boxes and hitboxes, and she has some solid throws to deal decent damage. On top of that, her character in general is undoubtedly lovable. She's kind-hearted, spunky, and caring, going to great lengths to help her grandfather and her mentor. Again, how can you not fall for this? Look at her face!
You win.
Number 9, Ling Xiaoyu.
You win.
There are several characters that made Tekken 3 so great, and one of those was Ling Xiaoyu. This young lady is all about maneuverability, and the way she goes about it is mesmerizing. She can attack and juggle opponents with her back turned on them, utilize a number of combos that mix highs, lows, and mids, and avoid several types of attacks while in the Phoenix stance.
You win.
Needless to say, Xiaoyu is a character with tons of utility, which compensates greatly for her lack of power. Plus, she's best friends with a panda bear. Like, how freaking cool is that?
覚悟しなさい
Number 8, Asuka Kazama.
KO. You win.
今日はこんぐらいで許したるわ
Is it just us, or do people really not talk about Asuka enough? Seriously, who else would leap off a skyscraper on a bike to save a kitten other than her? It's what makes her so badass. Aside from that, Asuka is amazing for a fighter focused on defense and patience. Her reversals have wider windows, making them easier to connect, and she has a good arsenal of moves to punish rivals with.
手加減いらんで
Only thing that irks us a bit is her unclear connection to Jin, and it doesn't help that the most we've been given to work with is series director Katsuhiro Harada saying their relationship is more complicated than simply being cousins. Come on, Harada! What's her place, man?
You
あ
win.
んた弱いわ
Number 7, Yoshimitsu.
You win. Unsoushiro.
Whereas Lee is just a straight-up troll, Yoshimitsu is a half-troll character. Sure, you can opt to fight normally and retain your honor, but once you discover Yoshimitsu's more bizarre and fun moves, it's hard to not be annoying. Who else would throw their foes off guard by helicoptering a katana around, or walking on blades as if they were stilts? He's psychotic, a menace, a samurai who's gone off the pagoda. The man can't even keep a consistent appearance and choose between being a creepy yokai or a squiddly diddly cosplay. And yet, it's all these reasons why we can't get enough of him.
KO. You win.
Number 6, Eddy Gordo.
You win.
Ah, there he is, our main man. Eddy Gordo is yet another addition from Tekken 3 that continues to make the series the best it can be. With his capoeira fighting style, Eddy can land quick punches and kicks from a comfortable range while keeping opponents guessing his next move.
What do you want?
Newer players will have to take some time to figure him out, as he's a bit more technical than one may originally perceive. Besides the sweet moves, Eddy also has one of the best wardrobes out of the entire roster. You won't find a more fashionable fighter than him.
Perfect. You win, master.
Number 5, Heihachi Mishima. Some call him an arrogant villain, others a confident hero. Heihachi is perhaps the greatest and most evil grandpa in all of gaming. Think about it. He overthrew his father Jinpachi from the family business and took over as head of the Mishima Zaibatsu, has succeeded in turning the company into a global threat, and went so far as to throw his own son into an active volcano just to retain family honor and stop the devil gene.
KO. You win.
The man is not afraid to go after what he wants and will demon uppercut the crap out of anybody who stands in his way. On second thought, he really is a vile menace, but hey, doesn't make him any less cool of a villain, right?
KO.
Number 4, King.
You win.
You really didn't think we'd forget about King, did you? He might be the token wrestling character for Tekken, but damn it, he's been throwing us around since the franchise's debut in 1995, and we just can't stop loving him. Somehow, with every new game, more and more of his throws get chained together to create one absurd super throw. Expert King players will make a spectacle of your body, whether they're slamming you around or themselves on top of you. He may not be the fastest nor the easiest to learn, however, he sure is a joy to play with. Oh, and which King are we talking about, 1 or 2? Both of them, yes. Number 3, Nina Williams.
You win.
It was nothing. Goodbye.
Look, it's easy to have the hots for her sister Anna, but Nina is the real deal and the OG femme fatale of Tekken. Can you count all the ways this assassin will break your bones? We tried, and lost count.
You win.
Seriously, Nina is not someone you want to mess with. She holds an extensive knowledge of throws and holds to dislocate your limbs. And if she isn't doing that, she's making places explode just from trying to off her sister. There's simply no moment of peace and tranquility when you're around her, but she's still frickin' cool.
KO. You win.
Isn't it past your bedtime?
Number 2, Kazuya Mishima. Heihachi may be on a more obnoxious level of arrogance, but he has never been more sinister or downright evil than his own son, Kazuya. Kazuya is very much the kind of guy you want to punch in the face without knowing that your face will be eating dirt in about 2 seconds.
KO. You win.
He's overconfident, ridiculously powerful, and will take great pleasure in beating you. And he'll do it with the sickest moves ever. Twin pistons, steel pedal drop, lightning screw, devil blast, electric wind god fist. He'll do it all. Honestly, it's these awesome moves that make him the best villain in the franchise. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to WatchMojo and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Jin Kazama. Of course we had to put Jin in the top spot. Why wouldn't we? It's Jin Kazama! We're not putting him on here just because he's the main character or because he's an edgelord or because he's kind of hot. Really, we put Jin at the top spot because of all the crazy combos you can pull off with his moves.
You win.
Jin is the type of character who truly doesn't hold back his punches, can play defensively or aggressively, and holds a few counters of his own. He's a jack-of-all-trades kind of character, and whenever he's putting up a fight, he does so while looking insanely cool. If there was any character that embodied the phrase, "that was some good-ass Tekken," it has and always will be Jin Kazama.
In the mood for more awesome gaming content? Be sure to check out this video here on Mojo Plays. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.